Hello and welcome to my channel and the final part of our Glow series for WinForms. Today let's see what we already did and how you can combine it to a unique and cool full forms layout for different needs. So let's jump in. Today we're closing the Glow and Style series. And before we jump into the final showcase, let's take a quick structured look at everything we built during this series. Because what we created here is not just a few visual tricks. We built a reusable visual effects framework for WinForms. So on the right side of the screen, you can see the folder structure of the project. Notice how everything is cleanly separated. We created dedicated classes for each visual effect. Not messy inline code. Not copy-paste chaos. Proper structure. Inside our effects folder, you can see the different effect classes. Each effect lives in its own class. Each effect has properties. Each effect can be configured. Each effect can be attached to a control or a form. That was important. Because we didn't just hardcode visuals. We built reusable components. And that's the key difference. Most WinForms tutorials stop at functionality. We went further. We focused on presentation. On user experience. On visual identity. So let's create 6 completely different full-form layout examples using only our existing effect classes. Nothing new. No new effect code. Only what we already built during this entire series. As a first step, right below our previous effect demo calls, we add one simple line. With that line, all controls on the form are hidden. That gives us a clean canvas. Now we can build something completely new from scratch. And for this video, I decided to do something different. I'm not coding everything slowly step by step like before. Instead, I'm pasting in the full layout code that I already prepared. These are showcase examples. If you like one of them, feel free to rebuild it yourself. Everything you need is already visible in the code. There is no hidden magic. No new tricks. Just smart combinations of everything we created in the previous parts of this series. This is about showing what is possible. Now let's look at the first example. This is what I call a neon productivity dashboard. It's clean, modern, minimal, but still powerful. What you're seeing here is not a single new effect. Everything on this form comes from the classes we already built during this series. The outer glow around the form. The subtle animated shadow on the sidebar. The hover glow on the navigation buttons. The glowing header text. The animated multicolor status label. The neon text box. The magic button with particle explosion. The pulsing live energy panel. It's all modular. And that's the key. We didn't create one big effect monster class. We created small reusable effect components. And now we can combine them like building blocks. This example shows how you can turn a standard WinForms application into something that feels modern and alive. Notice how the layout itself is clean and structured. Slim sidebar. Strong header. Card-based content sections. Balanced spacing. Glow is not everywhere. Glow is used as an accent. That's important. Because design is not about adding more effects. It's about placing them with intention. This first example demonstrates that WinForms does not have to look outdated. With structure, spacing, and controlled glow effects, you can create something that feels like a futuristic workspace. And again, no new effects. No extra libraries. Only what we already built together in this series. This is just a showcase of what becomes possible once you understand how rendering and animation really work inside WinForms. And this is only example 1. We have 5 more completely different layout ideas coming next. Now let's move to example 2. This one is completely different. Here we built a Cyberpunk control terminal. In this layout we combine animated background effects with structured UI panels. You can see the subtle outer glow around the form. In the background we layer the sci-fi rain and the pulsing energy wave. That already creates depth before we even add controls. On the left we have a neon accent strip. At the top a clean terminal style header. At the bottom a glowing status strip. And in the center the main console panel. We use Aura Glow for the console container. Neon outer glow for the command input. Magic button for the execute action. On the right side we built a live metrics panel with pulsing multicolor labels. Everything here is modular. No new code. Only combinations of what we already created in this series. Now I'll quickly run it. You can see how the background animations blend together. The console area feels alive. The execute button reacts with particle explosion. And the metrics pulse independently. This shows how you can create a full futuristic terminal interface with standard WinForms, just by controlling paint logic and animation correctly. Now let's switch gears. Example 3 is much more professional. This is a SaaS analytics dashboard. Clean. Structured. Modern. Here the glow is more subtle. It's used for emphasis, not for drama. We have a structured sidebar with hover glow navigation. A clean top header. 4 metric cards with pulsing value labels. An analytics panel with a soft shadow glow. And a magic button for exporting reports. This example demonstrates restraint. Glow is used to highlight data, not to dominate the layout. Now I'll run it. Notice how calm it feels. The cards gently pulse. The hover effect on the navigation buttons is subtle. The outer glow gives the window presence without being aggressive. This shows that our effect framework is not only for flashy interfaces. It also works for clean business applications. Now we go energetic again. Example 4 is the gaming control hub. This layout is bold. Strong colors. Large elements. High contrast. At the top we have a glowing banner with aura effect. On the left a settings panel using neon inner and outer glow for configuration controls. In the center a live preview area with pulsing glow. At the bottom a strong action bar with a big launch button using the large explosion style. This is where the magic button effect really shines. Now I'll run it. You can see how the banner glow frames the top. The preview area pulses with energy. And when we click launch, the explosion effect makes it feel interactive and dynamic. This example shows how to build a game launcher or entertainment style application. Now let's calm things down again. Example 5 is the minimal glass interface. Very clean. Very centered. Very balanced. We removed borders again and use a soft outer glow. 2 floating utility panels on the sides. A central floating main card. This layout focuses on spacing and symmetry. Glow is subtle and elegant. The center card uses aura glow. The title uses pulsing multicolor. The input box uses neon outer glow. The main execute button uses the magic effect, but controlled. Now I run it. Notice how open it feels. There is breathing room. The glow supports the layout, it doesn't overwhelm it. This shows how our effect classes can be used for premium minimal UI designs. Example 6, Neon Analytics Board. And now the final layout. This is a monitoring interface. Structured. Wide. Information focused. At the top we have a glowing header. Below that a row of metric cards with animated values. Then a large graph panel with shadow glow and a rainbow title. At the bottom a command strip with neon input and magic action button. This example combines almost every effect we built, but in a controlled layout system. Now I run it. Look at the metric cards. Each value pulses independently. The graph panel has depth from the shadow glow. The command strip feels interactive. Everything runs smoothly. No flicker. No lag. Just clean animated rendering. And that brings us to the end of this glow and style series. We started with simple glow effects. Now you've seen 6 completely different full-form layouts. All built using the same reusable effect classes. That's the real takeaway. Not the visuals. Not the colors. But the architecture. You now understand how to extend WinForms rendering. How to animate safely. How to separate effect logic from layout logic. How to build reusable visual components. And that changes how you think about WinForms. If you enjoyed this series, write in the comments which example was your favorite. Was it the Cyberpunk terminal? The SaaS dashboard? The gaming hub? The minimal glass interface? Or the analytics board? Also, tell me what you want next. More advanced UI rendering? Custom controls? Modern WinForms themes? Or something completely different? If you made it this far through the series, you are not just copying code anymore. You're understanding how it works. And that's the goal of this channel. So stay tuned. More advanced projects are coming. And we're going to push WinForms even further.